Eagles and the Chargers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without it.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
Yeah, hoping to get rid of that interception bug. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now 1 yard to go on third down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Third and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the third play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3-and-out and did just that. You look at this Eagle defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Dobbins. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And his kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
A run on first down with Shipley. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. The Eagles at 6-3 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Hurts going to give this to Shipley. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Straight ahead, Shipley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' first down as the tackle is made right at the 25-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. They'll give it to Shipley. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 45 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line. Hey, 73. Don't touch.
Once again, it's Shipley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Will Shipley, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Chargers offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down. You look at this Eagle defense. It's quite a unit, number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different...
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop it.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can...
Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Back to throw here, Herbert. Buying time to his left. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Here's Matt Ariza now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Right. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got Smith here. Here's 3rd down and 4. On the handoff, it's Shipley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half, as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Hurts. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here comes Shipley. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, they go with Shipley. Now the ball comes loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week. Forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on, man.
With desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Herbert. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 17-yard line. Now it's Herbert. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They snap it to Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles come in. Remember, on 4th down, that becomes a dead ball if anyone other than the fumbler himself recovers. So it'll come back to the spot of the fumble, and that will mean that's going to wind up being a turnover on downs. They'll start on the ground with Shipley.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Great, set.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Here's Hurts to throw. Hurts fumbles it.
And picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now Herbert following the turnover. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Will Dissly, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Chargers are able to move back in front. The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And the lead is now 10-7.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Throwing his Hurts.
They shakes him off. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack.
Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
And the Chargers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room.
Short throw to Dissly. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
2nd and 5.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Short throw to Dissler, and he goes out right around the 39. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 1 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Herbert now.
Now this one finds McConkey.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick, and a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when they decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Short throw to Dissler, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. 29 yards.
And the Chargers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Still first down.
Now back to throw.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. They face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Now Shipley again.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
111 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
That'll be caught by Shipley.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it second down.
On the run is Shipley. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 2.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll run. Here's Shipley. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown.
Will Shipley
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Elliott good on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. From the 35, here's 2nd down and a yard. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out 1st downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 7.
They'll try the air now with Herbert.
Right side, he has Johnston.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to throw here, Herbert. Short throw to Disley. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. They go back to the ground with Dobbins.
And some space here. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
40 yards.
And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And the lead now up to 14.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Well, the Eagles offense and their running back getting set to go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
On 1st down, Shipley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll keep it on the ground. Shipley.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll run on 1st down. Shipley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Here's a give up the middle. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted.
Here's a give left side for Shipley. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
2nd and goal from the 1.
He'll try again, and this time he'll get in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
I just love how they're going about trying to finish off this game. This is not an offense that's going to go into its shell. They're going to keep exploiting weaknesses where they see them. And that's a huge pickup there with the game in the balance.
A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Here's 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. And he is not going anywhere. He will not even get back to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And his kick is indeed good, and that will make this a 9-point lead.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Hurts and the Eagles now down by 9. 1:52 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Great. Set.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Derwin James with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Now a handoff for Dobbins.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They'll run again. And he will have a Charger first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe, you move on to the next